Welcome everyone. This is my husband Tinashe and I'm Wuzani. We are the Cheaters and welcome to Merit Sats. Our discussion today is going to be based around what comes first, leadership or submission? And as a woman, can I submit to a husband that doesn't love me, a husband that doesn't lead me, a husband that is not a priest of the home? And can a husband love a wife that doesn't submit? This video has been sponsored by House of Chi. So, Tinashe, can you love a wife that doesn't submit to you?
Or rather, the question that we should ask, is submission conditional?
Let's pull this apart. There's two things that go into this.
Okay.
I think submission should not be conditional. Submission is an instruction from God that a woman, this is what you should do.
Okay.
Right? That's one thing. It's an instruction from God, full stop.
Okay.
We can't change it. But then, in reality, there's the other aspect where I know and I understand that I'm supposed to submit as a woman. But the husband that I have or the man that I have makes it so difficult for me to submit.
Because he doesn't love you.
Because he doesn't have the characteristics of a loving husband.
The characteristics of a loving husband?
Yes.
What are the characteristics of a loving husband?
Someone that could, well, basically they are like Jesus Christ, because it says love.
No one is like Jesus Christ.
No, wait. I'm going to clarify my thing. It says, love your wives as Christ loves the church. And when I say like Jesus Christ, I mean you love someone even when they are at their lowest point. You love someone even when they do stuff against you that you don't believe. You love someone unconditionally.
So love is an instruction.
Yes.
And it's unconditional apparently. But submission is conditional.
Love is a commandment, sweetheart.
I get it, but love is also a spirit. So no one can make you. You can't command someone.
Okay, no. I get where you're coming from, but we're not talking about someone. We're talking about context of a husband and a wife, right? So I'm assuming that because we got together and we're married, we love each other, right? So I'm speaking in that context of we're already together, we're already married because we love each other. Of course, people get married for different.
So then,
it
being an instruction defeats the whole what you're saying. If you're saying we got together because we love each other, I think the instruction is more deeper than that. The instruction is not love each other, but it's not love your wife, but ensure that your wife knows that you love her by fulfilling A, B, C, D, right, of your obligations, and also being expressive of your love. You can love someone and not say it. There's a lot of people out there who love other people that they just see on the road and have crushes on them, and they don't say it and they don't show it.
Okay, I get that aspect of things. There are people who are in marriages, probably the older generation, or I was speaking to a relative of mine not too long ago that says, you know what? Our generation, the husbands never say I love you, they express it in their actions.
Yeah.
Which is similar to what you are saying.
Yeah.
So I'm saying in the same sense, when I say love, I'm not necessarily saying say it. I'm necessarily saying I need to feel it as a woman that I am loved. Right?
And that could be subjective, how you feel it. Because I could be, again, going back to the older generation, I could be doing what I believe is out of love. I'm going to work. I'm making sure that the rent is paid. I'm making sure that there is food on the table.
That's love.
To me, I'm doing it because I love you. I don't want you to starve. I don't want you to be put out and be in the street. Yes. By the way, how is that not love? How is that not love? Explain.
Providing for someone.
Yes. How is that
I think
not love?
it's a part of it. but it's
So you can't love them because if it's a part of it, it is love. Remember?
okay. I didn't see it. For me, I see it as your responsibility, perhaps.
Yes,
And
I'm responsible to you because I love you. If I don't love you, I don't have to have that responsibility. Yeah. Okay, explain. Share.
I feel like there's two things, and I could be absolutely wrong. When you provide for someone, you're going to work, putting a roof over, I feel like that's responsibility, and that is part of a marriage, right? When I do stuff, right, that I'm supposed to do, so let me give a perfect example. I'm going to cook dinner for my kids today. Not specifically.
Those are your kids. You
Wait,
love them.
wait.
Use your husband. Don't use people that you love unconditionally. even if they are bad, you still love them. Use your husband.
Okay. So I was gonna say, you and I could have a very big argument. I could, be totally disliking whatever's going on. I could be unhappy in our marriage, but I could still go and cook for you and for a family out of duty and out of responsibility.
There's been times that you did not cook. There's been times that you did not cook.
That's not where we're going. And then, for example, you feel like you have a burden of responsibility to provide. You can go out to work. You can work for the family so that we can pay our bills, so that we can have food to eat. But you could do that when you don't even love me, but out of a sense of responsibility and duty.
Yes and no. I get where you're coming from, but I also feel there's another strand that we are missing, that men function on a slightly different radar when it comes to stuff like that. That's why sometimes a man can go out for milk and never come back. Right? You and I, you are saying what you are saying in theory. You are saying what you are saying as in logically. That's what you think should happen. Right? It's not always the case. That's why we were watching something together when the husband is no longer going home and all of a sudden is no longer paying school fees for his own kids. He no longer feels a sense of responsibility because he now feels like he's fallen out of love with this person. The Bible even goes on to say, if a man marries a second wife because he no longer loves his first wife, he should still provide for the first wife.
Out of duty.
Yes, because she is still his responsibility.
That actually goes to my point.
It goes
you
to
can
your,
do it as a responsibility.
yes, it goes to your point. But him in his natural state, he's no longer doing it. To the point, God had to speak to Moses to write it down. Because man in his natural state was not doing it out of responsibility. Because love
was doing out of love.
Because love and responsibility and love sometimes go hand in hand. Most of the times. It goes hand in hand. I'm responsible for making sure we have certain things because I love you. I would have sleepless nights because I love you. Not because of a sense of responsibility. Because if I don't love you, I can just call it quits. I can just say, you know what, I'll go and start over again. It's out of love. But sometimes that either may not be enough for you, or you may not see it to you as love. Because you are thinking he's supposed to be doing this. It's his duty, it's his responsibility. But I'm doing it out of love. And you are complaining that you don't say, I love you enough. You don't buy me flowers. You don't do A, B, C, D. And then you don't submit. Because to you, submission is conditional because I'm not giving you the love that you think I should be giving you. If that makes sense at all.
Okay, that absolutely makes sense. But then, in that same way, I feel like there should be wholeness to this love. It cannot simply be just because I provide, then I love you. Women feel loved when there is an emotional connection. So you simply going out and providing, and then in the name of love is not enough. If for me personally, I don't speak for every woman. If all you did in this house was to pay the bills, provide food, provide clothes, provide whatever, I would totally feel unloved. That would be reason enough for me to feel like I am not in a happy marriage. For me to feel loved, I need to feel that emotional connection, and I need to feel that friendship, and I need to feel like I have a partner.
There has to be a better balance, in my opinion, of how this is managed, because you have different ways of viewing love. You have different love languages. You have different definitions of love and of feeling love. How do we make sure that those things those needs are met across the board? Because for the men, it may be him he just wants to make sure there's food in the house when he comes in and it's warm. And that's him feeling love.
But in a healthy marriage, ideally, as time goes on, you have to know and understand each other, and know and understand how the other person wants to be loved. So for me personally,
and how do we learn and understand each other?
We communicate. When we're feeling disconnect, when things are going on, communicate.
In as much as we have a great relationship, I think there are still certain things that you may struggle to share with me. So I may not even know that I'm not loving you the way you want me to love you, because you're struggling to express yourself. You may not even know that there are things that bother me because I don't know how to express myself. In as much as we are saying communicate, and we love saying that as marriage people or as leaders, communication is key. Communication is key.
Because it
is key. But we are not given the tools to communicate. We're not given the language to communicate. It's difficult for you to come to me and say, Tinashe, your breath stinks. You know?
No, it's not. I'll tell you.
I'm just saying though, something is difficult for you to say something which is bothering you, which you know that it will either offend me or hurt me. Forget offense. It will hurt Tinashe. You know, in as much as it's bothering you, but you know at core it will hurt Tinashe. It will improve our marriage, but it will hurt him. No one wants to hurt the other person.
This video has been sponsored by House of Chi. House of Chi is a contemporary African fashion brand that is made in Africa and based in the UK, but it does ship worldwide. Please visit our website www.houseofchiofficial.com. We are on Instagram, House of Chi Official, and on TikTok and Facebook as House of Chi. We really appreciate your support. By supporting us, you are helping us showcase the talent and craftsmanship that exists across Africa, and you are also helping us give back to the communities. Thank you. Bye.
So what are we saying? Headship or submission, right? What comes first? When do you submit? How do you know you can submit? Do you discover this in the house? Do you discover this while you're still dating?
And the house is a bit late, no?
Does it in the house, as you rightfully said at the beginning, that people change? Is your submission mobile?
Changes are good.
Is it in motion?
Okay. I say this, right? Not realistically, as a good wife, you are supposed to submit irregardless.
In good times and in bad times.
In good times and in bad. Your question about what comes first, leadership or submission, it's not a competition. Nothing comes first. This is my role and responsibility. This is your role and responsibility. You are to love me like Christ loves the church, and you are to lead our family in such a way, and I am to submit to you. My submission is not dependent on or should not be dependent on whether the sun is out today or it's raining. It's the way of life. That's how marriage should be. Okay. Now, realistically, right, as a human being, I submit to you that the more you love me, the more you show leadership, the more you love our family, the more you do the right thing, the easier it is for me to submit to you. When I was still single and I was looking to get married, one of the key things that I thought was, I am not able to be under someone that has no vision, someone that has no goals, someone that has they have no direction. I'd find it difficult to submit to that. So in the same way, my submission should not be conditional, but also you need to play your part as a man to make it easier for me to submit. If you're a man that is like a headless chicken running around, quack, 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 what am I submitting to? To the wind. So I need to know this is our vision, which is why it's so important for a man to have a vision for his family, for his household, because then even the Bible says write down the vision so that, those who look at it can run with it. So if there's no vision, there's nothing for me to look at it, there's nothing for me to submit to, there's nothing for me to run with. So it's important for you as a man. Like I said, there shouldn't be first, but I feel like as a man, it would be easier for me to submit to something that is there, something that is set in stone. And I can be like, okay, let's go. Now, if you have one person that just goes with the wind with no direction, it just makes it ever so difficult.
When you say vision,
give
us an example.
Vision.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Okay, so as an example for me, vision for me is someone who is grounded. They know what you want for our marriage. You know what you want for our family. You want our marriage to thrive. You want, and that is, you want our marriage to thrive financially, emotionally, physically. You want our children to flourish. So you're intentional about parenting. So, as a perfect example, you started, reading the Psalms to the boys and stuff like that. And, you say to me, Ozani, from now on, before the kids go to bed, we read this, we do this, we do this. That's a vision for how we raise our kids. Now, if you're just you've got no direction, all you're doing is going to work, paying the bills so that we can feed the children. That for me, then what's our vision for our kids? How are we raising them? That's.
So going to work, paying the bills, make sure that it's whatnot. It's not enough for you to submit.
That's one part of it. I don't think it's enough for me. What else? Yes, that is covered, but what am I submitting to? Where are we going as a family 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Where are we supposed to be?
We're still eating.
What am I working towards?
We're still eating. We're still clothed. We still have a roof over our heads.
Oh, so I'm just submitting to the vision of food.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is it easier to submit if somebody has a lot of money?
Yes.
So if someone has a lot of money and doesn't have the quote-unquote vision that you are saying, it's still easier to submit to that person.
No, you didn't clarify. No, money is not everything. Money is everything, but it's also not everything. So you could be making money, and there are so many women that are in lavish, comfortable houses, but in bad marriages. So money is not everything. Submission is a condition of the heart,
Okay.
Submission is a condition of the heart.
Explain.
So you could say to me, this is what I would like us to do, right? And I could agree to your face. But in my heart, I do not agree at all.
Okay.
I'm not even... I even maybe unintentionally sabotage because I'm not submitted to it. Can you lead a wife that doesn't submit?
It's very difficult. That's the honest truth. You won't be able to achieve or accomplish something because there's now two heads in a house. Whenever there are two masters in anything, you cannot achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. That's why, what's the saying? Two chefs spoil the relish, right? You need one person who is the forerunner. You need one person who is able to be the conductor of the orchestra, and you still need individuals playing the instruments as part of the orchestra. So if you have two conductors in the orchestra, it will not flourish. So if your wife is not submitting, it's very difficult for you guys to achieve something that is of significance. You will be able to live day to day, but you will not be able to achieve anything which is of significance.
I love that.
Simply because every single thing that you are trying to build together, if she doesn't agree with it, it will be undermined. And as long as someone is undermining something that you're trying to build, it cannot flourish. It cannot. It won't have roots, and if it doesn't have roots, it cannot bear fruit.
So, flip the question to you as well. What do you think comes first, submission or leadership?
I think leadership comes first. The Bible says certain things that are not natural to us as part of these instructions or commandments, right? He says to the man, love your wife, because it's not natural for men to be expressive of that love, right? So in other words, try and understand your wife's quote unquote love language. This is me paraphrasing, so you can ensure that her tank is full. For men, it's very easy to submit because we understand authority. With women, especially in today's day and age, slightly different because there is this thing that is being pushed forward of girls can do it too, right? Girls can do everything that boys can do, right?
Is that false though?
They can do some things that boys can do. The same way boys can do some things that girls can do. I can't do everything that you do. You have a certain level of brilliance that I can never attain. No matter how much I want to attain that, I can never attain that level of brilliance. And there is something in men that God has also put in us that no matter how much you try, you can never attain it. That doesn't mean that I'm a better human being than you, right? I understand how and why that phenomenon started of saying girls can do the same thing. It was to uplift women who were oppressed. Absolutely. I get that. But what that has also done, it has almost poisoned a generation of females to then have that notion that since I can do everything that you can do, I don't need you. I don't need you to lead because I too can lead. Therefore, why should I submit to you? Because I also can lead. So submission, now more so, even then, but now more so, is not something which is as natural to women. And that's why you don't hear people talking about submission a lot, because the moment you say submission, it's as if you're trying to oppress women. It's a negative thing. When you say
submission, they hear oppression.
Exactly. But it's not the case, right? It is absolutely not the case. So God says things that almost don't come natural to us, for us to be in line of receiving the blessing. So for me, I think leading comes first. In the olden days where arranged marriages have been put in place, people understood marriages. Women understood their responsibilities. Men understood their responsibilities. So therefore, the families have done the due diligence. So you coming in already submitted, and you coming in already leading. Nowadays, where people are doing their own due diligence because of dating and whatnot, you have to do your due diligence before you marry this person, that can they lead or not, right? That is seen in the way they make their decisions. about you when you're still dating. That is seen in the way they treat you, in what they say, in their aspirations, what they want to achieve, where they see themselves in the next 5-10 years. Are you part of that? If every single time they keep saying, in 10 years, I want to be like this, I want to be like that, and they're dating you, are you part of that vision and are you part of that dream? Right? So all of that is seen in that. And whilst you are still dating, as the man, you also have to lead.
Or even while you're dating?
Yes.
So that means I have to submit when we're dating?
No, you don't submit whilst you're still dating, simply because, right, you still have a head over your life. You still have your father. You still have your leader. Right? That doesn't mean you become obnoxious, because I still need to see that you have those qualities to submit. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And as long as you are submitted to your father, you have the ability to submit to me.
Okay.
So if your dad has a 10 p.m. curfew,
and I'm letting you take me out at 2 a.m.
Yeah, until 2 a.m.
I'm basically showing you.
So in other words, yes.
Oh my gosh.
We don't think about it in that way. I think, oh, she's into me, she's willing to. But really and truly,
she's got a rebellious spirit.
Exactly. She's a rebel. She's a rebel. So, yeah, so for me, leading comes first, and then submission follows. We are now raising kids in a society that emasculate our sons, our boys, our young men. Men have to take their position. They have as leaders. Leading doesn't mean that rah. Leading doesn't mean that you are all muscle and nothing, Leading means you are compassionate. Leading means you are loving. Leading means you understand responsibility.
Oh, preach it.
So we need men who are able to take charge and take their place and take their position in society, in communities, and in marriages. That's exactly what we need. So, marriage sucks if
you're out of line and out of position in where you need to be. I think as a wife or as a husband, I think you both need to take your positions in the way that God created marriage to be. Otherwise, it will gravely suck.
I like that. For me, I think marriage sucks sometimes not because of the two people, but sometimes because of the community around you, which doesn't teach you your roles, which doesn't teach you the true meaning of leadership and the true meaning of submission. And therefore, we come together without understanding what those things are, and therefore we can't fulfill our roles. And as a result, marriage sucks, because I don't know what I'm doing. She doesn't know what she's doing and what she should be doing.
We're just riding the wind.
We're just headless chickens, just procreating. Deuces, until next time.
This video has been sponsored by House of Chi.